Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and use our model to look at our constellation Orion. So this is essentially what you should have yours looking like. If your stars are a little bit, slightly different than mine, that's okay. See, my strings are a little bit tied up at the moment. I'm not going to let that bother me, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and grab your model, and you're going to look at it from this orientation. Remember that the washer represents planet Earth, right? So you're going to look at your constellation by peering through the hole in the washer. This is as if you're looking at the constellation from the vantage point of being on planet Earth, okay? When you do that, you should see something kind of resembling what it looked like on our star pattern right here, right? The orientation of the 8 stars should be something similar to this. They look a little more cramped when you're looking at it through the washer because they are closer to your eye. Okay, so when you do this though, from this vantage point, the constellation tends to look pretty flat. Similar as to if we are looking up into the sky. The stars appear relatively flat. We can't really tell if some of those stars may be closer to us or some of those stars may be further away from us. If you take your model now though and you look at it from this vantage point, like this, where you're looking at both the Earth and the constellation Orion from the side, you can clearly tell that all of the stars in the constellation are not the same distance from the planet Earth. This one right here is actually relatively close to us. This is the star Bellatrix. We have one here that is relatively quite far from us. This is the star Anilam. Okay, so and all the other stars of the constellation fall somewhere between those two stars. But we can clearly see that all of the stars are not the same distance from the planet Earth. And so the point of this model was for us to get perspective of where the Earth lies relative to stars in space out there that make up the different constellations. Okay, so you can go ahead and play with your model, share your model with your family, see if you can explain to them what you were able to represent.